Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to YouTube, it's Rahul, and today we're going to be going over a Malamar VMAX deck that the Broth and some other people have been playing. Vinny, the deck seems really strong, especially in a format where Psychic type has been very strong and it's weak to Dark for the most part. Hand disruption is really important, using Cheryl and Weavile-GX to kind of pivot around your energy. That's the second deck we're going to be looking at in the Chilling Reign format. We've already looked at some decks that are not on PTCGO, but we will look at some of those later. But until July 5th, every single day there will be a video uploaded to this YouTube channel, and then we'll go back to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments below. All the support and love you guys have been showing me has been amazing. I've been streaming on Twitch pretty much every day, starting at 11 p.m. Eastern until about 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come hang out with me for about 2 hours while I vibe out, play some Pokemon, figure out the format with you guys. And if I play a tournament, I'll stream that too if I can. But until then, without further ado, I don't really know how to transition this. Let's jump into the deck list and how the deck works. Guys, here is the Malamar VMAX deck. Malamar VMAX is a VMAX Pokemon that evolves from Malamar. Obviously, a VMAX must come from a V. It has the attack Max Jammer for 2 darks and a colorless, 180. Your opponent reveals their hand, choose a card you find there, and put it at the bottom of their deck. Now, this card's really good because you can start disrupting your opponent very early, and yeah, you can just get rid of one combo piece that's really important. And 180 sets up for 1-shots or 2-shots really well. And then we have the Malamar V. Its first attack is not bad at all. Drag off is really strong to pull up something and do 30. It gives you time to stall, set up the game, and go from there. Brain Shake isn't bad either, and also this card looks just diabolical. This entire deck is made possible because Galarian Moltres V is now in the format with Dire Flame Wings. You can use it once per turn to attach an energy. 190 is also really good with Aura Burn, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about attacking. We play 1 copy of Umbreon Darkrai-GX if we get enough energy into play. Dark Moon GX is really strong to just kind of close out the game or just knock out a really big threat early or mid to late game. Block Lance is not amazing because we're not really sniping. And any Pokemon GX or EX we would have done 182 is probably going to die because Dedenne is the only thing that's really in format. Yeah. 1 copy of Eldegoss and Dedenne to kind of get our support going. There's no Crobat just because our hand's going to be kind of full, more or less. 1 copy of Marshadow to bump any path to the peaks. We have Swells as well, but it's just also really good to have. 1 copy of Mew because we don't want to get Rapid Strike Urshifu to Oblivion. Kricketune is really strong. Exciting Stage is a really good card for drawing cards, especially after we Red and Blue. Or Cynthia, you know, like we're just going to be going down on cards a lot of the time. So Krickatune's going to be really nice to keep drawing cards. And we play a 3-2 line of Weavile with Shadow Connection, which lets us move our energy around. And then we can use healing cards, yada yada. We have a bunch of attackers. So let's look at some of the other cards in the deck. There's 3 copies of Communication, 4 copies of Quick Ball, which is just our setup cards, obviously. There's 3 copies of Tag Call because we do play the 1 tag team up here, as well as Red and Blue and Cynthia and Caitlin, so it's kind of a better engine there. There is an argument to be made for slotting in a Guzma or a Malo and Lana, but I can't really find the space for it right now. I'm just going to play the list as is, but if something is not working, we can definitely cut 1 card out to make slots for the Guzma, which can just grab our Capture Energy on turn 1. So, and it literally grabs us 3 good pieces, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. 2 Chaotic Swell because we do need to prevent Path to the Peak, and like, I don't know, Hearth is also another stadium, I guess, but like Path to the Peak is the biggest one. 2 copies of Reset Stamp because we can go Reset Stamp late game into a Malamar Tool Jammer, or Max Jammer, sorry, and get in a good position. 2 copies of Boss's Orders because we really don't care about the bench attackers. We're just trying to play our game, more importantly, but we still need a way to close out the game. 2 copies of Cheryl. Basically, we have 2 outs to heal ourselves completely, which is really nice, especially with the Weavile. 2 copies of Cynthia Caitlin to recycle these Cheryls as well, and it's a draw card. 3 copies of Marnie Early Game Disruption, Mid Game Disruption, Late Game Disruption, especially with Max Jammer in tow. 3 copies of Professor's Research, also really good, just drawing cards. And then Red and Blue. This card is, we don't need Red and Blue necessarily to get into our Weavile, but Malamar or Red and Blue is also like really good just because it gets us 2 energy into play really quickly. So if we end up going second or something, I don't know, it's just a bunch of energy all at once and gives us time to play around with stuff. There's 3 copies of Air Balloon because everyone's really big in this deck, so we want to keep pivoting and moving around as much as we can. 2 copies of Capture Energy because early game we do want to get our basics down, and that's really important. So whatever we get into the opening active spot, we want to grab either Malamars or Sneasels or Krickatunes or whatever. We're a setup base deck. And then 8 Darkness Energies, so the deck is roundabout there. It's a really cool deck, and I have a lot of other Weavile ideas coming up, so keep an eye out on the channel, like, subscribe, you know the deal. Let's jump into some games. Okay, first game, we're up against Cool High Jumper. I really like his Pikachu hat over here. Dark Coin. Is he baiting us, as always? Is he a Psychic type deck? Who knows? Also, Malamar has a Grass type weakness that I forgot to mention. Or I might have mentioned it already, I don't know. But that makes it really... I'm going to open Mew. This does not seem favorable. Okay, this opening hand is really bad. So, don't really know what to do with this here. Single Striker Urshifu. This is probably one of our worst matchups. Just because he can one-shot us even without weakness. Yeah, he can one-shot us without weakness, and our hand is not good either off the bat. So, it's a little bit of an interesting conundrum that we've placed ourselves in. One Urn of Vitality gone, one Houndour into play, and a Tower of Darkness. So if we can find a Swell to replace that, that'd be really good. This is one of those few situations where Guzma Hollow would be really strong. Just to help us get the ball rolling. Okay. Houndour comes down. He could have used Tower of Darkness to draw some more cards first with by discarding the Single Striker Urshifu. But he's going to go ahead and discard a Tower with the Tower. I think the sequencing is a little bit off because you have a better chance of hitting a Houndour if you do the other way. But yeah. Okay. Cynthia Caitlin, red and blue. If we hit a Sneasel off this, we might be in business. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's grab ourselves a Sneasel. I mean, grabbing Malamar VMAX doesn't seem bad either. Let's just grab ourselves a Sneasel. We're going to take our free damage counters onto the board because I can red and blue next turn. Let's go ahead and put all three here. Set up for, I don't know what numbers it really helps. I don't know how much HP Big Boy has. But we're either going to have to Dark Moon this guy. Or, I don't, this is hard. This is a hard matchup. I don't know how we win this, actually. Stone Energy, interesting. So he's playing a lot of Special Energy, actually, then. With this opening hand, we're in actually a lot of trouble. I should have checked for the second Weavile, also. That's a mistake on my part. The second Weavile is not there. We're also in trouble. Maybe I should have just quick balled for Kricketune. No, but we don't get our hand down low enough. I can't use Kricketune effectively here. He can Impact Blow us here. He probably wants to, I think. I think Impact Blowing me is the correct play, if he can pull it off. Air Balloon. Back, Quick Ball. Probably a Crobat here. Just drawing some more cards. Dedenne again, okay. We'll see how this pans out for him. If he doesn't get a second Urshifu down, maybe we're okay. He could also evolve into the big guy and just beat down me, which is fine for him. Because beatdown, I think, also will give him the knockout here if he finds another strong energy, which is not good. Okay, Marnie comes down. That's actually really good for us. Interesting play out of him. Okay, cool. This is a okay hand, actually. We can Cynthia Caitlin recycle put the Dark into the discard, recycle, and we have Galarian Moltres. Yeah, okay. This is not a bad situation for us. Or, I mean, we don't even have to discard. Yeah, okay. So, unfortunately, it looks like we might have to give up 3 prizes. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. I don't know. That's not good. This is not a good situation for me. We are in a very precarious spot. Boom, boom. Let's do Dire Flame Wings here. Is there any way I don't just like get completely blown out of the water here? Kricketune, I guess? No, this is a bad display of a first game for the deck. But hopefully we can pick it up maybe. Also a bad matchup because he's just going to go attach another energy, beat down my active, and then G-Max 1 blow will one-shot me no matter what I do. So I'm in a position where I'm basically checkmated. We're going to play it out to see if he makes a mistake. Yeah. And he gets another single strike down and an attachment, so this game is effectively over in my opinion. Okay. What can we do here? Okay, Marnie's a good start. Let's go ahead and attach and Marnie. We could go for the confusion play. That might be our best bet to win the game. It might not be a good bet to win the game, but it seems like our best bet if we can draw into anything really. So we're gonna have to bench this guy for no effect because we need to draw into Weavile. That's close. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're not out yet because I can still brain shake like I said. I can still brain shake and try to make the best of that situation. Okay, maybe we can't brain shake anymore. He's down 2 urns. This deck does run out of steam super quickly, so that's my like hope. How many energy does he play? That's a lot of energy cards we've seen. $25 cards left still. That's a lot of cards. Okay. Beatdown comes down. Okay. Here's where it all comes down to it. Separates the men from the boys. The brain shakes. Tag call. Okay, nothing. Attach. Exciting stage for 1. I don't know what even is good here. Alright, let's get this confusion play going. The damage decrease is actually really annoying because now it means I have to 3-shot this. Or, I mean, I can evolve, I guess, next turn and Malamar VMAX the active and get rid of an important card. Oh, level balls instead of great balls. Interesting. Okay. So if I survive, I can VMAX. Or I can VMAX and put a card away. But also, I'm looking for a Stamp, probably. Like, Stamp is probably one of the best top decks I could get, or research. A Switch comes down. Damn. We were a little bit close to turning the corner and actually maybe getting back into this game. So that is game 1 with the GMAX 1 blow. An unfortunate matchup in single strike Urshifu. But let's go into a game 2 and see how this deck shakes up. Second game for the deck. The first game was a little bit of an unfortunate hand. We missed a lot of supporters. We found our Cheryls, but not in the way we wanted to find them. So we all obviously want to go first. We're a setup deck. Man, what is with these hands? What is with these hands? Okay. This is not a bad hand per se, because we can just Dedenne this hand away. If Dedenne is in the deck, if Dedenne is not in the deck, we're in trouble. But normally the deck does not have hands like this. It has like, it's a setup deck, yes, I get it, but like, this is some weird off-brand hands. Nice. Okay, this is good. Malamar off the bat is good. Dedenne is in there. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely stellar. I'm going to just Dedenne because I have the risk of it. I could get a Capture Energy, and that's more important than anything else, I think. Swell is good here. Second Malamar is good here. Let's grab ourselves a Weavile here. Now we're in business. We are cooking, as the kids would say. And let's go ahead and Dire Flame Wings into the active. I attach to the active here because, yes, I am putting all my eggs into one basket, but I could just Aura Burn turn 2 whatever he puts down. And that could be a really good, like, I could just Aura Burn this Sobble if he doesn't go use Keep Calling. I presumed it was either Rapid Strike or Ice Rider, were the 2 things I thought about here. So the 150 damage doesn't really change the math too much, but I do want to find the Mew as soon as possible to prevent any shenanigans coming up soon. He didn't play a support or anything, so it kind of hurts that I have to Marnie probably here. But I need to see more cards because my hand sucks. A really ideal start for the Rapid Strike Urshifu deck. Marnie. If I can get the Malamar VMAX and the Weavile, okay, that's pretty okay. Yeah, I'm not complaining about this. Sure. Sure. Krickatune's ideal, honestly. Mew is prized. That's important to note. Okay. Why did I retreat? I did not hit a Weavile. That was a bad play. I did not think that through, actually. In my mind, I thought I hit the Weavile, so I retreated. But I could have just Dire Flame Wings, or Aura Burned the active there, and put myself into a position to, I don't know, take some more prizes? I don't know. He's going to get Drizzile here. I can't do much with this hand. I mean, I can Cheryl if he hits into me, which is fine, I guess. But it also poses the question if I need to find Weavile still. If I was going to Cheryl, I should have retreated into this one anyway. Not this one, because I get to preserve an energy, which is my capture energy. So that was an absolute mistake on my part. He's going to get the ball rolling with the Drizziles. If I would knock out the Sobble, I can kind of cut off one of the snakes at the head. Or, yeah. Giving him only 2 options to go with Drizzile. So if he pushes one up now, he'd have to bump my Stadium and find another way to retreat through, which he could because of all the support that Shady Dealings gives you. I really like this deck too. I think Rapid Strike Inteleon is really good. The card is very strong. The 2 damage counters like really change the math for a lot of things. So I'm a huge proponent of the deck being good, and it puts it over the edge against things like Pikaram, yeah, stuff like that. Research comes down. Plays Birdkeeper in that list. Very interesting, actually. I don't think many decks play switching out Start, Stadium, Balloon, Rope, and Switch. So Stone Energy in this list as well. Looks like Stone Energy is a very popular card. Or like making its resurgence, I guess, or like revival, because I haven't seen Stone Energy like really see play recently. Unfortunately, our hand is also like really bad. Once again, we've somehow not managed to find no red and blues, no tag calls, no Cynthia Caitlins, no research, no Marnie. So we're in a position where if he, yeah, okay, I can Cheryl now and be okay. So we're gonna hope we top deck something out of here. So let's top deck a Tag Call or something. Okay, Stamp. Not ideal, but we need to draw cards. So let's go ahead and Cheryl. Let's Stamp. 1 card, Weavile. Quick Ball. Interesting, okay. I'm going to go ahead and fail it. I have a lot of outs in the deck to draw out of things, so. A Balloon would also be okay because I can pivot into the Kricketune and just chill there, or I can pivot into the Moltres and just hit him. See, the mistake I made with the Moltres is now punishing me doubly because I would have gotten a knockout the turn prior, and he would have needed to find a way to retreat as well on top of the attack, but he already had the way to retreat. So the mistake I made is actually costing me really hard. Right now. It's important to acknowledge the fact that you've made mistakes because that's how you learn. So definitely a pretty bad gameplay error on my part from that turn. But he's probably going to try to snipe my Weavile now, or Sneasel now, which kind of sucks. What does he hit? Does he go here, here, active? Malamar as well. Interesting. It's very interesting some people playing these cards in the deck, but I guess you have the agency to do so with the Drizzile. Because all these cards are Drizzilable, so you can just kind of like look for them. Telescopic Sight on the bench, Karate Belt on the active. Does he have any intentions to move this guy? Oh, Malamar into a strafe? Or did I? Okay. That's not the worst in the world, because I'm not getting my Sneasel sniped now. Tower of Waters comes down. Give my Chaotic Swell a little bit of value here. I have to assume maybe 3 stadiums tops, so. The second Swell should pretty much carry its weight. I could hold it until he puts a stadium down, but I don't want to give him any value, and also I need to have cards in my hand because, you know, we're struggling. And Erica's Hospitality comes down in an okay strafe. 30 damage. Nothing crazy to write home about. He's not strafing it out of the active. I get to see some cards anyway. I get to see some cards with exciting stage. Balloon's good. We're going to grab ourselves a Cheryl. Marnie would have been okay too, but I think Cheryl has more agency. We're going to do it this way because I actually get to attack. I don't want to Dire Flame Wings here. What do I not want to? I have Tag Call for Red and Blue next turn. So we're just going to Orber. 190. So if he ever evolves this guy, now he's in a little bit of trouble. But he already put the Telescopic Sight here, which means he could commit to it already. He doesn't have Pissimian in play, but he can go Inteleon and kill this. Go to knockout. Take 3 prizes in 1 turn, therefore only having to knock out 1 VMAX Pokemon from here. Erica's Hospitality for 6. That's crazy, actually. I really like Erica's as a card, so I'm glad to seeing some play here. Does he ever hit my active with Rapid Flow? Maybe, right? 120 puts me at 150. If I do 30 to myself, 2 pings with Inteleon knocks me out. So he gets double Inteleon up, that'll kill me. Yeah, for sure. That's fine. That's a good play for him. It looks like he's going to go for the Boom Boom knockout here. Or, I mean, he can't really with... he can't actually yet. I have spoken a little bit too soon. Either way, he has to knock out the Sneasel. Prizing Mew here really sucks. Can he move the active, though? Because he already Erika's. But, I mean, logically speaking, he should be playing like 3 to 4 switch. Oh my god, he did not retreat. Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers to me. I don't understand what just happened. Let's Tag Call. I'm just gonna Cynthia Caitlin, refresh my hand of stuff like Cheryl's. Get these cards back that are important to close out the game. Shadow Connection. Let's move this Dark here. Move it here. Move it here. Dire Flame Wings. We're just going to set up 2 Malamars if we can. I'm going to hold this last balloon because that's important. Max Jammer. I'm giving him agency or access to his Karate Belt, but also I get to put a card away. 2 bosses. Rather unfortunate. Alright. We'll put the energy to the bottom of the deck. So he doesn't get to set up something new. He does get to boss knock out my Weavile, which is a little bit unfortunate. But that means I can just come up with the Malamar and hit him again, because that doesn't change anything mathematically. Because he can go... He's going to go boss, Rapid Strike, or G-Max Rapid Flow, knock out this, knock out this. But I don't have a Marnie in hand to punish, but I can just go Eldegoss Marnie, which is also fine with me. And he has 2 boss in hand, so I know he's putting 2 of his boss back to the bottom, or 1 boss gets used, and 1 goes to the bottom of the deck. And he has no more ways to Drizzile out cards. So what I can do is just balloon the active attached to the bench, and play the game that way. He's ordinary running cards back to kind of reset the card that I put back. Smart of him. Spinner. I think you Rapid Flow active also, but you could just knock and then look for a boss play here with the Inteleon and end the game. The boss play with Inteleon also seems fine. Yeah. I think you're looking to take out 3 things on the bench. Yeah, for sure. That's the play I thought that would happen. $20 here. Yep. He could also snipe these 2 and maybe not take... Well, I think he wants to keep the Karate Belt live. But he's going to knock out Weavile. So Karate Belt leaves the building. So he can't Rapid Flow once again. I think he was thinking about trying to keep the Karate Belt live because that's something I would also think about. But also when you're taking 4 prizes in a situation like this, it doesn't matter. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I have 1 stamp left in the deck. Hitting stamp would be nuts. I'm going to Marnie for sure. I mean, I could also just... Can't I? I'm gonna have to hit an energy. I'd have to hit an energy, but if I just knock him out here, I just win the game, I think, also. Wait, I don't have Weavile. I don't have Weavile. What am I doing? Okay. That's what we call an int, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call inting the game. That's... Okay, oh my god. Okay. We're going to tag call to shuffle up the deck. Because I want to see those Cheryls again as soon as possible. There is the stamp in the deck. It doesn't matter because if he has boss anyway, I lose, I guess. Or like boss plus like a switching out. Okay, let's do this. So I mean he can choose to retreat now with one of the rapid strike energies. But the question is, what does he retreat into? I ate up this bench spot. If I kept this bench spot instead of being besides being a Pepega, I could have put down a Sneasel. So he top decked the Quick Ball. That's rather unfortunate. That's rather rude, sir. Your hand was super dead. Also, by not playing the stadium, I think that implies that he has no more stadiums to replace my Chaotic Swell. Marnie, okay. Interesting. We're both going back down to a low hand count. Stamp, that's pretty good. Now I can kind of stick him somewhere. I have a boss and a stamp, so I can knock out the rapid strike Urshifu no matter what he does here, play-wise. Putting myself into a position of, I think virtually we can't lose the game. We're just going to go into the Malamar. He's playing cards he doesn't need to be playing. I get he's thinning. Is it even worth stamping? He has 2 cards in hand. I'm putting him back to 2. The Sawball doesn't do anything for him in this hand. So he's got 2 cards that are unknown to me. One is a Sawball. So I think I can hold stamp, honestly. He's gonna... Where is he gonna start putting the damage? This is interesting. Because nothing is in, like, Inteleon's going to close out this game kind of range. Like, I mean, if he keeps putting them here, he could come in with a 70 with Waterfall. The outcome of cards that he'd have is the exact same if I stamp, so I'm choosing not to stamp. I'm just going to go ahead and boss knockout. Nice. Yeah, because the outcome of cards would be the exact same. He'd have 2 cards that are unknowns to me. And yes, I mean, I guess he can quick ball if he top decks a quick ball, but the situation does not change. He could also quick ball a situation in that situation. But his hand right now is a fighting and a Sobble, so it's not the best anyway. It's really good for me because his hand sucks. And I have a boss to close out the game on anything. And we found the Mew a little bit late, but we found the Mew. Boss's orders. We don't have a way to retreat this guy, unfortunately. We can attach the energy. Bring up something to stall also. Or taking a second. I can also just Dark Moon here. And make it so he can't play any cards. Yeah, I can just Dark Moon. And the next turn I can Marnie. I'm pretty sure I have the energy to close out this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm guaranteed to have the energy in deck. If this gets stuck for like 2 more turns, then I lose the game. But... he benched the Sobble as well. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and Marnie. We are giving him a chance to draw out of the game, but he bench locked himself already. Oh, that sucks. I have a bunch of energy in the deck. Okay. We have to hope he didn't find Boss. Boss switching card. If he also finds a third Inteleon, I lose. No. So benching this guy was a gigantic misplay on my part. But either way, the deck is really good. I think this deck is insane. It has a lot of ways to win the games if you're not playing poorly like I am. I'm still learning the format a little bit and figuring out cards again because it's been like 3 weeks since I played Pokemon, so I'm a little bit rusty. But check out my Twitch stream for other stuff. And I mean, we did lose, but I appreciate the support as always on the channel. I'm going to keep the games raw and real. I'm not going to like cut out and only give you guys wins. You guys get to see my mistakes as much as everyone else, so you can learn with me. But that'll be all for YouTube today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until July 5th, we'll be doing a video every single day. So peace.